try to really keep it brief. He's like, it's like part five, I guess. Probably gonna be like a 6 out of 7, but they're gonna be pretty brief, right? I'm serious. He said, I'm a pretty smart kid, pretty smart person. I really think about all different aspects. I really try to respect where they're coming from as both parents and as both, your typical general people who almost like, and pretty much how I was growing up, who was told that, certain things are no no. You don't mess with this, you don't do this, and only this, and this exist. These things, you don't do. You don't do. This is what women do, girls, and this is, this is the image that boys grow up to be. You know what I'm saying? This is the image that girls grow up to be. These are the roles. This is how they dress. This is how they talk. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? I grew up that way too and everything. And then, of course, I'm not very religious, but of course, I was also exposed to some of those religious aspects to it, as far as, roles of men and, well, women and men, and, you know, heterosexuality, and everything versus homosexuality or anything like that, so I understand, you know what I'm saying? There's so many multiple views I think about and I understand, but like I said, I'm not credited for that, I'm not even heard. I get like a word or two in, and then I'm like basically told to shut up, you know? And of course that escalates to me being kicked out or something, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Like I said, Mark was supposed to go to work at like 3, maybe 3:15 the latest. Now, I was like, meow, yeah. So knowing that, I remember when he had Madison, he was rocking Madison and, really trying to go into detail of all this stuff that I knew he didn't want to hear anyway. I was like, he asked questions. I knew that the information I was already trying to give him about my opinion, he, so he was huffing out, he was huffing and puffing his little breaths, like the big bad wolf, you know what I'm saying? Huffing and puffing, trying to blow my house down. Let me stop, you know what I'm saying? Um, so, like I said, I already knew like we're opposite views and nothing really good could come of it. But also, like I said, I'm looking at the clock in front of me. I'm like, okay, it's 3:02. Like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna have to, either this is gonna end in me saying something, saying my side that's logical, that's truthful, that's so real and hardcore, and so justified, and he's gonna end up like stopping me in the middle, like, oh well, I gotta go to work, basically getting the last word, or two, also, you know what I'm saying, like this fool has something to do. Like, he's supposed to be at work. He's supposed to be focused on going to work, and like I said, I didn't even want to do this whole thing anyway. This thing that I was noticing it was starting to turn into, like I said, he's that way, I'm this way, and it's not gonna go well. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm thinking, okay, to just end this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, he was like, why do you call her there? I said, okay, that's a really long explanation, and I don't think there's enough time for that, and I know you have somewhere to be, and I pointed to the clock, but I said it's 3:02. And in my mind, like, okay, fool, you have to be there like 3 o'clock or 3:15, whatever. I don't know, but I know it's sometime around 3. So in my head, I'm like, what the hell are you standing here questioning me about this stuff for? But on the other hand, I said, hey, this time is as good as any, right? Shoot, you want to know, so I'm telling you. But like I said, of course, he kept going on, and basically, whatever. He asked a question or said his thing, and I said my thing. Um, yeah. And this whole time, probably because like my anxiety, I was like really jittery. And I don't know like anyone out there who, when you're really anxious, like your voice, like your breathing is kind of like whispery, like like it's kind of hard to, it's kind of awkward that noise, but and I was shaking a bit, but not like, you know what I'm saying? My hands were trembling. And it was dumb because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a point, a solid point you believe in. I know everything I said to be true in my heart. So it was done for me to be shaking, but, it's just physical. That's my body. I can't do anything about that. But, it's just like, I don't need you confusing her. And, she understands certain things, and she doesn't know anything about the transgender community. And then I remember he started, he said this, right? Probably to try to like make me feel guilty, but let me just say, he was like, she doesn't know anything about it, and I don't need to know anything about it. I don't need to, look up anything about it. I don't need to keep looking up anything about it. Transgender community. I don't want to keep looking up anything about it. Number one in my head thing that struck me is, okay, he was probably trying to hurt me, like inflict some kind of pain on me. You know what I'm saying? Again, like kind of like isolation technique. I'm saying you're the different one. I don't care to know about you. You're different from me, so I want to shun you. I want to put you over here. So let me word it like this, and really get across that message. Like I said, there was a little bit of hurt that was reciprocated, but of course I didn't show it. I wasn't like, well, you know, no. Like I said, the whole time I was calm, level-headed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he was. I mean, raised his voice a few times, I guess, here and there. Like I said, tried to have a last word, really tried to make it seem like he was right. But, how can there be rightness when they're both of our views, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. In my head, as soon as he said, I don't want to keep up looking at it, I don't want to keep looking up anything about the trans community. In my head, I'm like, fool, you haven't been looking up shit. I know you haven't. But of course, another part of me automatically said, hey, maybe he has been. I don't know. And on the outside, I said, okay, wow, I didn't know you've been looking things up. I mean, that's cool. And, I appreciate it. Of course, they didn't hear me because he was still, like, talking. Like, he was still talking. Started saying something else. Basically, it was just, like, a lot of transphobic stuff, like, you're confusing them, and I don't want you saying that. It's disrespectful for you to call Madison them, and she's a she. And he just kept saying, like, and that did, like I said, it hurt me a bit, but also really pissed me off, because he's like, she's a she, she's a girl. So for you to say they, she's not multiple people. And on the outside, I said, I understand that view, like I do. I really understand that view. When you say about they and everything, like that's a typical general person kind of response. Like, man, I really understand that. And then he was like, like it's kind of like, oh, I'm frustrated. Oh, I'm 3 years old kind of response. Again, all the hissy fit stuff. Like I said, I didn't even want that conversation. I mentioned so many times, like, okay, out loud, I was like, okay, I really just thought this was going to be like another, everyday routine, like, me taking care of them kind of routine, Madison routine. And, it's, I appreciate you voicing your opinion and everything. That's nice. Like, it's nice for, like, anyone to do that. It's literally what I was saying. But I mean, I know it's getting late, and I know you kind of have to go, and it's kind of like a lot to explain to you, all this. And I wasn't really expecting to have to explain all this stuff to you, like, right now. Again, me trying to keep it moving, keep the flow going, as I said. And even still to this point, right now, it's like, like 4 or something in the morning. I think it's 5. I don't know. He still hasn't gone to work. So that basically means that after all that time of me hearing the beep, 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 the alarm, he got up. He hit the alarm several times. He got up, rolled over Madison, put Madison in the cribby. He had showered and everything during that time. Got all ready to go to work, and decided to completely, maybe I pissed him off to the point, like, with my calm responses, like, maybe just like my calm view pissed him off so much to the point he was like, oh, I just can't go to work, I just can't do it. Or maybe he just got so emotionally worked up, like, in a sad way, that he just couldn't go to work. I don't know. Whichever one it was pretty stupid and pretty irresponsible. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, why did you really let this get in the way of what you had to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you fucked up your responsibilities. Putting that aside, what you had to do, you fucked up my night too. Because again, like I said in the very beginning, what other teenager would just, like, willingly do this stuff? wants their sibling. Not many. And then it's on my break too. You know what I'm saying? I wasted time. And you didn't even end up going to work. You wasted my time, fool. Didn't even go to work. Yet alone, you come out here early in the morning trying to start some bullshit with me about shit you'll never fucking understand anyway. You know what I'm saying? And trying to make it seem like I'm wrong. And he was like, I don't want you calling my daughter this. And when he said that, I was also like, Mari, I really appreciate it, and I really love it, and I really understand. I really love it how, much of a parent you want to be, a nice parent you want to be, and how involved and how much you have this idea, and, how much you just want to flourish and roll around like this idea of like this beautiful baby girl. Like, I love that. I completely respect that and understand. I'm loving, like, it's great for any parent to be like that. Like, I said all this. Like, great for any parent to be like that. Like, it's great. I love it. But I mean, and then of course I went back to the whole thing of the two of you go on just fine, perfectly saying she, her, she, she's, and she's. For me, as you want to, as you please, for your pleasure throughout the whole fucking day and night. So I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing because I have my views, and you know what I'm saying? That's me. This is my way. This is my understanding and my view of trying to respect Madison and give them open options. You know what I'm saying? As they are. And he was like, okay, when you're talking to people, when you say like you have a little sibling, do you say you have a little sister or a little brother? I say I have a little sibling. I try to at least keep that neutral option. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more respectable. I feel like that's more respectable because that's giving them more of an option than just. And I'm saying I've already said this like in other videos, but that's more of an option than just cramming down their throat that you're a she because of what you have between your legs. And since I know firsthand that it's not always the case, just because you're a girl, and besides gender, just because you're a girl, you're gonna like boys. It's not always the case. So yeah, fuck me, right? Fuck me for wanting to give someone that I love and want to openly fucking respect and fucking care about the open option to be whoever the hell they'll be someday. If they like it, if like I like art and everything, but let's say Madison likes art and they happen to know all the famous Renaissance famous painters, names. Like let's say I like art, right? But they like art way much. Like they like art like way, way, way much into more detail than I ever will. Okay, that's your open respects. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. I love and I care. I respect you enough to let you be as you are. And I appreciate that you do, you know what I'm saying? Differences are okay. You know what I'm saying? And just like I grew up with not just liking boys, I want Madison to know if that's how you are too, if you don't grow up liking anybody, or if you're not sexually attracted to anyone or romantically attracted to anyone or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because people are different all over the fucking map. It's okay. And that's the message I want to send. That's what I'm going to let Madison know. And that's why I use neutral terms, as I said in Mark. Well, this part I'm saying right now. That's why I use neutral terms because, that's just me paying my dues and showing my respects to them, because they have they have the option to grow up as they are. They're free. Then at that point, like, I started to interrupt, and just.